Friends, today I am going to give you lecture on principles of drafting and relevant substantive rule. Drafting means it is the development and preparation of legal documents such as constitutions, statutes, contracts, wills, deeds, leases, etc. It is important element are knowledge of law, knowledge of facts, and to put these facts in knowledge. It involves thinking and composing so as to give the correct presentation of legal status, rights and duties, terms and conditions, remedies, etc. in a self explanatory manner without any ambiguity, convincing its meaning. An act or transferring any property, whether movable or immovable, from one person to another within the legal structure of the country, but does not include the acquisition by inheritance. The transfer may be sale, by lease, by gifting, by exchange, or by will. Some important rules of drafting are direct, simple, brief, vigorous, lucid. That is, it should be familiar, concrete, single word, and concrete instead of the Roman word to any complications. Sketch or scheme of the draft document. Every draftsman should prepare a sketch of the contents of a document before taking up its drafting. That is, he should conceive its design and outline to make sure that nothing is left undone or to be done. Skeleton draft and self its appraisal. The draftman should prepare the structure, should be filled, then he should do self or identify the regularities. Special attention to be given to certain documents. It must be ensured that contractual obligations are not contrary to the concerned law. In the case of transfer property, transfer to such property, expert opinion. The draftsman should take expert opinion wherever necessary to ensure suitability and legal fitness of the document. In short, the draftsman should put himself in the place of reader and make sure it carries a sense. Some do's and don'ts. Some do's: reduce a group of words into single words, use simple word for a group of words, avoid roundabout construction, avoid unnecessary repetition, write short sentences, express the ideas into fewer words, prefer the passive voice, active voice to passive voice, choose the right word. Some don'ts: avoid the use of word of a same sound. For example, the words employer and employee, when the same in a document, is numbered to any clause, number it. For example, clause 2 above, and so on. Negative is the successive phases would be carefully employed. Draftman should avoid the use of word less than or more than, use not exceeding. Guidelines for use of words and phrases. For general word, refer to ordinary dictionary, grammar, Oxford dictionary. For legal terms, refer to legal dictionary. Example: water, lexicon, lexion. Use the current meaning of a word as far as possible and quote the relevant cases and law. Technical words should be used only after ascertaining the full meaning. Though there is no law in India on the interpretation of documents by judiciary all over India, rule under the informal agreements, here are the rules of a reasonable expenditure. That is the agreement to be interpreted in the sense in which the party used the words, the other party may apprehend them. Rules under formal agreements: the document itself is necessary, is the primary evidence. Other evidence will be secondary. If the words used are clear and unambiguous, such words should be given in the normal meaning. Unless the contract gives a different meaning to those words. In case of ambiguous words, the intention of the parties as disclosed by the whole document should be considered. Earlier clause prevails An obligation created by earlier cause can't be destroyed by the later case interpretation of the documents that have been accepted in the past should not be departed from. An invalid clause in the deed cannot be rendered unless its possible clause from the rest. Executive contract prevails over the executive contract. Judicial interpretation of the similar documents as in the interpretation of documents. Need for knowledge of drafting and convenience are to aid in obtaining legal consultation and legal advices, for carrying out documentations, to study and interpret documents. As per the General Clause Act 1894, any matter expressed or design described upon any substance by means of letter, figures or mark for the purpose of recording the matter. Features of document provides information, acts as proof of evidence of anything. Examples of document are writing, words printed or photographed, an inscription on a material, phone or stone. A caricature means the handmade sketch of a person. As per the Indian Stamp Act 1899, instrument means every document by which right or liability is purported to be created, transferred, modified, limited, suspended, extinguished or recorded. Examples of instrument are